Howdy, my fellow Connecticut haters. In today's attempt for me to not fail this course, I'll be showing you a location that's very near and dear to my heart, the Spalding Memorial Library. As lovely as the Greco-Roman columns on the library's porch are, it's cold as balls out here. So let's go inside and I'll tell you more. Jesse Spalding, a native of Athens and at one point director of the Union Pacific Railroad, had the library built in memoriam of his son Robert, who had died of an unknown illness. The building was constructed on ground that had once been a Native American ceremonial site, and in 1779 it was likely within the fort built by General Sullivan during his expedition. The cornerstone was laid on August 11, 1897, the anniversary of Sullivan's arrival. The building's foyer includes a plaque dedicated to Stephen Foster, who wrote his first song while attending Athens Academy. It also has a medal depicting Presidents Washington, Lincoln, and Grant. President Grant was supposedly a personal friend of Jesse Spalding. The original building has remained almost entirely intact, however there have been two major additions in 1928 and 1999. The latter addition added an elevator, but the 1928 addition, known as the Stacks, is what makes the building truly unique. What appear to be only bookshelves actually double as steel supports holding up the entire addition, ensuring this building can only ever be a library. Interesting tidbit. That clock behind me there has stood in that exact same place since 1928, even though there were a good 20 years where it didn't work. Allow me to direct your attention to one of the most interesting things about this building, the floor. As you can see here, all the floating floor tiles in the stacks are made of a particular variety of slate known as Pennsylvania black ribbon slate. Even the steps on the staircase are made of the same thing. A few years back, a couple of the slates finally gave out. Can't blame them given they were installed almost a century ago. However, this uniquely Pennsylvanian slate is part of the library's identity, so the broken slates were replaced with new ones from the exact same quarry. Also of note in the stacks is the original dumbwaiter, which the librarians still use for transporting books, or hammers as the case may be, from floor to floor. Being a public library was a very tough gig in PA up until the 90s, when Tom Ridge became governor and tripled library funding. Unfortunately, by that time to pay bills, the Spalding Memorial Library had already sold off all its large original collection of fine paintings. All, that is, except this one. Behind the library, there's a garden that's very nice during the summer, and is that the Liberty Bell? Of course not. I would never go near Philadelphia, no matter how many points it gets me. When they had to undergo renovations, a local Catholic church donated their church bell to the Tioga Point Museum, which occupies the top floor of the library building. The library garden also offers a beautiful view of the mighty Susquehanna. I'm biased in saying this since I basically grew up in it, but I can think of no place that embodies Pennsylvania history more for me than the Spalding Memorial Library. Not only is it filled with historical records and books, though not as many as the most popular genre, Amish romance, of course, but the building itself has seen so much history firsthand. It's connected to many important figures, from Jesse Spalding, who gifted it to his hometown so they'd always remember his son, to Andrew Carnegie, who donated $250 to it after construction, to even a president. The library feels like an old friend to me, a very old friend, but it's been standing there watching one of the world's oldest rivers for nearly 130 years, so no matter how many times I visit, it never runs out of stories to tell.